Did Pat Forde from Yahoo Sports overreact with why Alabama's lost to Ole Miss could be the beginning of the end of the Tide dynasty? Now, granted, you don't write the headlines there, Pat, but is it the end of the innocence there in Alabama?
I could be guilty of overreacting, but Dan,
Yeah.
I thought there were some warning signs there, and really have been this kind of follows the pattern of their last several losses. They all have been somewhat similar. The great Nick Saban defenses have been gouged. They've given up a ton of points. You have a ton of big plays. Their secondary hasn't been very good. Their quarterback play has not been as good as the other teams, the teams that have beaten them. They've had, they have the best recruiting classes every year. Why don't they have the best quarterback? That's always mystified me. Special teams, kicker. They haven't had a good kicker in years. And I just, you wonder. You put those things together. Turnovers. They're committing more turnovers. They're getting fewer turnovers. If the cracks are starting to show.
You were at the Alabama-Ole Miss game?
I was there. It just ended a little bit ago.
Was Ole Miss clearly the better team?
They were outgained significantly. I think they were the more prepared team. I think that, they were ready to play from the jump.
Wow.
Alabama's turning the ball over. Ole Miss is flying around like crazy. They sure weren't scared. They were not intimidated. They were ready. I stayed in the hotel where they stayed. It was an unbelievably loose atmosphere. And, sometimes that stuff's hard to tell. You could look loose and lose by 60, but they looked loose and came in and played loose. And I thought they were more ready to play than Alabama was.
And then you saw Auburn. I mean, that what the hell happened to Auburn?
They're terrible. It's just unbelievable the way, Gus Malzahn, I think we thought that he could get a pop-up toaster and play quarterback and throw for 300 yards, and it's not that way. Jeremy Johnson has been really bad, and the defense, they pay Will Muschamp $1.6 million. He's the highest-paid assistant coach in college football. They're on pace to give up more yards per game than any time in school history. Now, it's early, but they don't look better on defense.
And Leonard Fournette, I know that the comparison, since it's the SEC, that the LSU running back, well, he's got to be the second coming of Herschel Walker or Bo Jackson. Is he?
He's really, really good. I mean, he's special, I think, and you can see the elements of the comparison because of just the unbelievable size, strength, and speed. And when he's just throwing aside Auburn defensive players, that looks man amongst boys. And he's 2 games into his sophomore year. I think he's absolutely the Heisman frontrunner, maybe the best running back we've seen since Adrian Peterson.
Now, he's Leonard Fournette. He has a brother, Leonard Fournette. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah, I think he's got a brother on the roster who's he might be a wide receiver. He's Leonard Fournette.
Huh. Well, it'll be interesting around the household.
I know. When you're yelling and somebody gets in trouble, wait, did she say Leonard or Leonard? I don't know. Certainly sound like Leonard to me. What's the perception of the Big Ten this year?
Good at the top, bad underneath, probably. Or at least not great underneath. Obviously, Ohio State's extremely good once they settle on a quarterback and figure out to give the ball to Ezekiel Elliott. Michigan State, I think, is really good. They're a complete team. They don't have any glaring weaknesses by any stretch. And then it gets sketchy. I'm not sure who the best team is in the West. The rest of the East looks bad, although I'm holding out hope that Michigan is going to keep rounding into form and really give us something to watch when they play Michigan State October 17th, and obviously when they play Ohio State November 28th.
Can you have too deep of a conference like the Pac-12 where you have too many teams that are competitive and you don't have some separation there for your elite teams, or have a team or two that stands out to get into the postseason?
Yeah, no, I think that you're right. And, the Pac-12 could be one of those leagues where they got a ton of teams that are bunched between 10 and 30 or 10 and 35 or something. And so, yeah, you beat each other up, and you're not going to get a team that steps out and really shines and puts itself forward as playoff material. That's a possibility there. I think it's a possibility in the SEC as well. I I think they have teams that are better than 10th, but, there's going to be a lot of bloodshed in that league. So from that standpoint, yeah, the Big Ten, the one, the things that they will have going for them. Both Michigan State and Ohio State have a marquee win, if you want to call Virginia Tech a marquee win.
Mm. And we lost him. Pat Forde, gone. Just see if he's alive, Fritzy. Tell Pat thank you. Pat, what happened?
I don't know. I was so enthralled with my own voice. I guess I have no idea what happened.
Oh. Where are you going this weekend?
I will be at home. There's no standout game, really. UCLA, Arizona, maybe. So I'm just going to be at home watching all of them.
Wait, could you go to that game if you wanted to?
I probably could, yes.
Well, so you're cheating us.
I am cheating you, the reader. Yes, I've covered 7 games in 3 weeks, 8 games. I think I'm going to sit this one on the couch. But I'll write anyway. I'll write you something.
The most underrated college town atmosphere is where?
Underrated. Whew. I've got Arizona on the brain. Tucson's a lot of fun these days.
And you're passing it up.
I am.
You got UCLA and Arizona, 2 top 20 teams.
Now you're making me feel bad. Do I need to get the travel agent on the line here right after I get off?
Yeah, but you have an off season, Pat. I mean, come on. I'm working 6 days a week here.
All right. Now I've been shamed. I know. I'm watching you Sunday night. You're killing it, and then you're back at it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And what are you doing?
Out there,
not doing it
for America.
You're not doing a damn thing. You work 1 day a week on Saturday.
You're right.
You're better than that, Pat.
Finished the 40-yard dash at 1:30 in the morning last night, but I'm here talking to you.
Hashtag Warrior, Pat Forde, Yahoo Sports. He's going to be staying at home this weekend. Man, I can't travel.
Oh, man. If you see a Tucson Dateline Saturday night, you'll know. It shamed me.
Thank you, Pat.
All right.
All right, Pat Forde, Yahoo Sports.